Goku can be relatable at times, where he's motivational as he's working out, you see him constantly training, and other times on a personal level with the way he treats the other characters in the series, Goku is flat out not relatable. In fact, many of his decisions are so frustrating and insane that it causes fans to hate how he is written. Goku's psychology is something that has always intrigued me from the beginning, an alien with a monkey tail who hit his head and suffered brain damage at a young age. And yeah, it's played as a joke, but it's the main reason for Goku being as idiotic as he is. With what we now know from CTE and football players, we can understand Goku's decisions a little bit better. Mix that in with his natural Saiyan blood, battle-crazed genes, and many years of growing up in the wilderness, and you have what makes the most iconic and influential anime protagonist of all time, Son Goku. Goku is a meathead. He couldn't fit into society even if he tried. He doesn't know how to work, and he will fail all of his classes if he lived the Gohan lifestyle as a hard-working student. But still, no matter how many times Vegeta calls Goku a brainless fool, it's clear that he is a genius at one aspect in life, and that is fighting. There's something so raw and unfiltered about a show that resolves every conflict with their fist and massive explosions. Goku is a prodigy, a natural talent when it comes to fighting. He is the embodiment of what happens when you combine your greatest talent with passion and hard work. The martial arts upbringing that we see from Goku from a young age is indeed underrated, because we see him go from a 14-year-old midget with the appearance of a 7-year-old to a tall dad who got tricked into becoming a family man. The foundation from his days training with Krillin and Master Roshi are the framework for what Goku would eventually become. This allowed for his true talent to emerge, learning the iconic Kamehameha wave, and he still uses it to this day. So let's move on into the psychology of Goku. He starts out as a sexually assaulting ignorant monkey boy, but as time goes on, Goku continues to win more and more fights, and it's clear that Goku has slowly developed main character syndrome over time. Because by the time that we end up in the Cell Saga, Goku has fully embraced a mentality where everything will work out in the end. He starts out as the definition of pure-hearted innocence, and by the time that we get to the Cell Saga, he's betting all the chips on his 12-year-old son to defeat Cell. Goku makes a prediction that Gohan would surpass his limits, and then by the end of the arc, he abandons his family. There are two critical aspects to Goku leaving his family for 7 years. He has become such a great liar that I actually envy the man, as he manages to twist the truth into his own selfishness in such a way that if you've ever told a lie, all you could do is admire him. He essentially makes the argument that he's the main character. Everyone's always coming after him, and people are always seeking to harm his friends because he's too close to them. Because of this, Goku decides that training and leaving the universe for 7 years would be the right thing to do. The thing is, Goku is actually right here, because without the main protagonist of the story, of course we can't move forward, and Gohan could finally go to school and live the life that his mom always envisioned. But we all know that deep down, Goku just wasn't cut out as a family man, and he simply wanted to become stronger and continue his training. So what starts out as a pure little Goku flying around on Nimbus has become a terrible family man.
Besides, son, you're so strong now, I have nothing left to teach you.
But that doesn't mean I don't need you!
He never even bothered to check in on his own child, and the only reason that he met Goten was because he was brought back to life for a day. Goten spent the first 7 years of his life hearing these stories of an absolute heroic legend who has saved the earth countless of times. He died in the battle against Cell, and he fought Piccolo, he fought all these different aliens. To Goten, his father is a legend. And all of this makes Goku a frustrating character, but it also makes him arguably one of the most interesting characters in the series. He's not a bad written character. In fact, I would argue that Goku is a great written character. The more he saves the day, the more his Zenkai Boost addiction kicks in. Goku develops a relationship with these final villains that is similar to Do or Die. It's a fun challenge for him because it's always worked out in the past, so he never expects anything to fail. And then there's someone like Vegeta who has failed countless times, and he has seen a full-on planet get erased from existence. Goku is a pure optimist who is a product of his own story, and this is why I would argue that Goku is a great written character, because although you may not like it, he is different from the other characters in the series, and the psychology, his mentality, and his actions always do make sense considering how everything always plays out. Zenkai Boost is an added feature that literally incentivizes Goku to push himself as far as to the brink of death. So once again, because of the Zenkai Boost being added into the story, his mentality has changed over time. We are talking about a man who had the audacity to challenge a god straight up face to face and wasn't worried about any of the repercussions for his actions. Goku is straight up dumb. He was tricked into a marriage when he most likely had no idea what it meant and what it required to be married and to have a kid. We've never seen him be a family-oriented man, someone who is interested in being a father.
Kakarot, you've never kissed someone?
No, of course not. Why? You're married.
This guy is clearly in a situation where he's trying to force his nerdy wimpy son Gohan into becoming the greatest warrior ever. And imagine living in a world where death is an absolute joke of a concept. Goku has literally died and came back multiple times. So combining this with his Zenkai Boost and him being manipulated into a life that he doesn't want, having death as a concept be a joke where Goku doesn't have to take it serious, it really shows to why his character is the way he is. There's always been people who say, why did Goku give Frieza a second chance to live, gambling his fate of the universe countless times? Well, to that I say, just look at how Goku giving a second chance to people has worked out in the past. Goku has seen characters like Piccolo, Vegeta, they've become allies over time. I mean, Piccolo even trained his own son and took care of him when he was gone. These are characters who were portrayed as irredeemable evil villains when they were first introduced. So if it did work in the past with Piccolo and Vegeta, why not try with Frieza? If it's not broke, then don't fix it. And so now let's talk about the beauty and the simplicity with Goku's character. There's just something so animalistic about Dragon Ball Z fights. The combat, the trash talk, it's all perfect. Goku witnessing his best friend be levitated into the sky as he squirms like a trapped animal without control of his own fate. And within seconds, Krillin is blown up from the inside out as Frieza says, "Pop goes the Weezer." This one moment will go on to change anime forever. Goku's Super Saiyan form is to this day one of the best moments and best transformations in all of anime. This legendary Super Saiyan form was what we were all waiting for the entire saga. Goku might not be the most complex character, but the martial arts aspect is always exciting to watch, with hands so fast that you could blink and miss an entire clash. Simple techniques like flying, which everyone has dreamed about doing, the Kaioken, which is draining but insanely powerful. Then we have the instant transmission technique, which is my personal favorite, and let's not forget about the meme to death Ultra Instinct, where Goku allows his body to react with animal-like instinct. There's a Kamehameha, classic, the Spirit Bomb, absolutely classic, and the Dragon Fist is legendary. Arrogance and confidence in this passionate martial arts fanatic is the main part of Goku's character that we all fell in love with. And so finally, let's talk about the more controversial aspect of Goku. Is he a hero? Over the decade and a half that I've been watching Dragon Ball, playing the video games, and even reading the manga, I've seen countless times people say that Goku is not a hero. He is too selfish, he makes dumb decisions that put people at risk, he's irresponsible, and he's a bad person. But honestly, I just don't see how any of these things negate him being a hero. Oftentimes, I think people confuse heroes with good people or good role models. Goku is most definitely a hero. Whether he accepts the role as a hero or not is irrelevant, and whether he is a morally good person or not is also irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, being a hero is defending innocent lives, it's being reliable, it's protecting your loved ones and saving the day, coming up clutch when there's little or no hope. And in the end, we always know that Goku will manage to pull a bigger Spirit Bomb out of his ass if he needs to. And once again, he knows that he's the main character. He knows everything will always work out in the end. Goku is arrogant, he's a bad father, he's a flawed character. But don't discredit the countless times that this flawed alien monkey man has actually saved the day. Because in reality, being a good person is not a requirement to being a hero. Heroes can be flawed, they can be flat out stupid at times, they can be immature, and they can be ignorant as well. And it's not something that everyone always likes to admit and accept, and that's because being a hero is glorified and the legend drowns out the reality that they are flawed human beings. So hopefully the next time, before you go calling out Goku a trash MC or saying that he's not a hero, you'll remember this video. You'll remember that we were talking about an alien who suffered brain damage from a young age. We're dealing with a raggedy haired Mihei who values push-ups over time with his family. For Goku, kissing your wife is not even on the table, and that might not be something that you could personally relate to, but put your bias aside, because maturing is realizing that Son Goku is a well-written character.